I would like to share with you today 2 traits that make me feminine. One, I'm a nurturer. I'm a wife and a mom of one, a beautiful little boy. And my nurturing ways are projected in how I take care of him. I remember one of my first experiences with my son Cairo was when I had to take him for an appointment and I had to put him in the car. And driving with him in the car, he would cry and he would cry. And I just could not bear the hearing him cry like that. So I had to tell my husband, hey, pull over, let me go in the back with him, and just have him hold my hand or something, or to just rest my hand on him so he'll be comforted. And that's how we had to drive to the appointment, just holding him, just resting my hand on him to just make sure he is comforted. Another thing is just the way I take care of my family. I want to make sure my family is taken care of in a way that the house never goes dirtier than what I am comfortable with, so to speak. My husband tend to say that, oh my gosh, you need to sit down. But I'm a person that I want to make sure that my family, they're in a clean environment. So I cannot sit unless I think my environment is clean enough to, for my family to be comfortable. The second trait that make me feminine is just showing empathy. Sorry. In being supportive, I empathize with people or just with anyone by trying to understand where the person is coming from, how whatever is on their mind is affecting them, because people react differently to certain stuff. So being able to just trying to tap into their feelings and trying to understand that, hey, this affected them in a way that just brought them to tears, just trying to navigate through that and helping them to know that I'm here and I care. So just being that way, empathizing with people, just makes me feminine. Thank you.
Hey Sue, Charnette here. I appreciate your invitation to feature on your platform. Girl, congratulations on finally pursuing your passion. On the topic of what defines femininity for me, I believe it is primarily exemplified by my kindness. Both my personal and professional circles can attest to this. Finally, my role as a wife and mother has also contributed significantly to my growth as a strong, nurturing, devoted, and supportive individual.
What makes me feminine? I thought about this long and hard. Initially, I was like, I'm not very feminine. I don't have my hair, my makeup, my nails, they're not on point or anything like that. So I'm not feminine. I'm not a girly girl. But it goes so much deeper than that, so much deeper than the superficial things, the things that we see in a lady or a woman right away. What makes me feminine? My caring nature, my independence, my drive, being gentle, kind, home-oriented, using my initiative as much as I am able to, always looking for opportunities to use my initiative, considering others, showing empathy, being humble. These are just some of the traits that makes me feminine.
Hi, my name is Melissa Robinson. Defining femininity is really hard, but here's my take on it. For me, there's a physical aspect. Getting dressed, looking your best, makeup on point, hair done, manicure, pedicure, and an awesome outfit. Feeling sexy. Really, it's just about looking and feeling great. There's also the mental aspects of things. Being caring, empathetic, and loving towards others. Being woman comes with a wealth of knowledge. Within our various households, we are dependent upon very heavily for normal day-to-day operations, such as, babe, show my socks them there? Babe, so I can't find my key nor the glasses them? Or, Mommy, my project is due next week. Mommy, I don't feel well. In these instances, we as women, we have to be prepared to solve everyone's issues while maintaining our sanity. As women, we have to maintain the households, ensuring that our families are taken care of mentally and physically. For some of us who do have a job, this is an additional demand. I work in an high-paced healthcare system where I have to ensure that all our clients are satisfied with our services. Also, I have to ensure that my reports are motivated and equipped to carry out their task. Being feminine is being woman, bold, strong, confident, and reliable. Ironically, the thing that makes me feel most feminine is being catered to. After a long taxing day, I would like the feeling of a masculine energy that reassures me of who I am and my potential to be and achieve more.
Hi, good day everyone. So, what makes me feel feminine? I mean, as a woman, you know that we have such emotions and we're very emotional. We're emotional beings, and I can say that I am very emotional. And I believe that that makes me feel feminine. And the fact that, as a mother, I have this natural instinct to nurture, to love, and that same emotion comes into play because I get passionate, I am sensitive, and I believe those things, all of those things put together, makes me feel feminine, makes me feel like a woman. And I guess other traits would be, helpful, kind, and I think it all boils down to the emotions, because I think that is one of the things that separates us from men, because we know that men are more of problem solvers. But women, as myself, the first thing that I use is emotion. Before I even get to solving the problem, that emotion just comes right into play, and that makes me feel feminine.
Oh. Hi, Sue's Corner. I'm Queenie, and Sue's asked me just to describe what makes me feel feminine. When I saw it, I thought, oh, simple. But then when I started to actually think about it, it blew me to realize, not as simple as you think. What makes me feel feminine, I would say, is I want to be appreciated. And it's a big thing for me because I want to feel appreciated, but without having to ask to be appreciated. So I'll use examples of my daily life, as in, I make dinner, my husband eats, he comes, he said, oh, dinner was lovely. That's good. It's the little things for me. But if I have to say, how was the food? Or you don't like it, and then you're like, oh yeah, of course it was good. Nah, that's not working for me. But spontaneously or willingly giving the compliment, that does work. For me, appreciation is a big deal, and it does not mean for me that you're gonna come in with a gift, an expensive gift or flowers or something every day. Don't be fooled. I want the flowers, I want the chocolates, I want the gifts. But it doesn't mean that every day you're gonna come in with something like that. All it means is that the simple things are the there's a song that says simple things are the blessings, or I'm not really so familiar. But yeah, the simple things for me is what does it. And just to be appreciated. I have a 9-year-old daughter, soon to be 10. And she's so lovely. She will just walk into a room. She just throws her whole self at you. Arms around your neck, and her whole body just lays on you. And she says, I love you, Mom. And that's just where I'm just like, oh, thank you, darling. Just to be appreciated. That's really all I want. And believe me, I'm feminine.
So I was asked what makes me feminine. So I believe that my nurturing, caring,
nature along with being naturally kind and gentle. I mean, like all of us, I have some not so gentle ways, but as I get older, I am growing more into my femininity, because as a child and a teenager, I was more of a tomboy. So these are characteristics that I've been seeing more, that are exhibiting even my submissive nature, that are exemplifying that I'm living in my femininity. Even my charisma and charm, you know, my gentleness, my humility. These are things that I believe, as I'm growing, I'm understanding and I'm appreciating.
Hey everyone. So I was asked this question: what makes me feminine? And to be honest, I just assumed that being assigned the gender of a female at birth, I just assumed it made me feminine. So I never really gave it much thought until Sue actually asked me this question. But when I think about it, to be honest, I think, sorry, I just picked my nose, I'm sorry. I think it has to do a lot with my empathy. I am a nurse by profession, but despite that, I think I'm a very empathetic person by nature. I'm very sensitive towards certain things. I'm sensitive towards a lot. I am a very emotional person naturally. I use my emotional intelligence for interacting with others. I am very devoted, and I tend to be very passive when it comes on to dealing with certain situations and certain individuals. Although, on the other hand, while I can be empathetic and sensitive, I am not necessarily always sweet, according to some person, I've been told. And I'm not always sensitive. It depends on the situation, to be honest. Humility is not necessarily one of my strong suit. It can pop out where I am not very. All goes. This again. This depends on the situation and a lot of times the individual. I must say, I can be very assertive depending on the setting I am in and what I need to get done. But in general, I think my overall personality, how I care for those that I love and respect.
Hi, I'm Brissette. Huge congrats to Sue for creating this space. The question is a really, really good question. I've never really sit and think about what femininity means, but thinking about it, females are seen as natural nurturers. Even from a young age, you help around with the house, with your younger siblings, and for me, femininity means being true to yourself, being your authentic self, being creative, comfortable in your own skin. And I personally feel more feminine, like when I get a new hairdo, I buy a new shoes or a bag, or do something that kind of boosts my confidence.
What makes me feminine? Well, I would say it is that feeling that radiates from within me. Also, my emotions, my appearance, and my actions. My emotions, in that I'm a nurturer, I'm compassionate, strong willed, and even very supportive. My appearance, in how I adorn myself, I dress myself in ways that complements my body and just makes me feel and look beautiful. My actions in how I make a conscious effort to protect my space
from anything that threatens my peace. What makes me feminine is just my ability to love myself, flaws and all, and live in that beautiful verse that says, I am fearfully